Signal.
We got signal coming through now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. How you
Round
going?
one's going good.
Yeah, this is good. This is our very first live stream show. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, actually, it's been many, many months actually that we've been trying to plot this, if not years, I think.
Yeah.
Right,
We've got all the cameras, we've got the audio.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on deck for round one.
Dude, thank you. You're not getting paid, but thank you. But
yeah,
this is our first live stream show. We're going to have a whole bunch of bands. First Monday of every month.
Yeah.
Forever.
Live Music Mondays.
Live Music Mondays.
Let's
across
go.
the world. So you guys are our first audience. Thanks so much for tuning in if you guys are there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got lots of questions about the gear and everything that's
Yes.
going on because this is sick, like the setup. I remember you explained it to me the first few times and I was like,
Yeah.
like that stutter thing in Ableton or
Yes.
the, what's it called? The splice?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's Ableton Simpler is the name of the instrument, but it's exactly like you said, the slice tool within that just like follows the transients essentially, and then just pits like slices at the hot spots of those, and it's like keeps it real fresh for me because I don't have to really prep anything. I just drop a WAV file in and it's like good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuts it up nicely.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just got back from Japan.
Yes.
You had a tour of Japan's first tour. You actually had a tour booked in COVID.
Yeah, 2020, I booked a thing, and then we all know where that went. In the bin.
Because I was talking about Japan non-stop, I think, in the last decade. And
Yes.
like, gotta go to Japan. And then like you booked Japan, you went through all the venues, did the gigs, went through my spreadsheet.
Yeah. Man, the panic or like I don't even know how to describe or really remember the feeling of getting an email response back from the first venue that, that touched base.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's happening. Cool, but like also, fuck.
Yeah, that first gig in Japan is always like a roller coaster.
Yes.
Just like sound check and like, are they going to understand? Is this going to be fine? What's this going to be like?
Yeah, I remember Earth Dome very well.
Yeah. I've been like 18 times now and I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
This guy will pull the kicks there.
Yeah.
sort
Oh my
this
God,
out.
yeah. Like I have so much faith in like everybody behind the scenes there. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're onto it. Organised.
100%.
But how many shows did you play this year? We went
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
I think it was 4 total.
Yep. You went Tokyo and Osaka.
3 in Tokyo and 1 in Osaka.
Yeah.
And spent a bit of time in Kyoto hanging out at a place called Livehouse Dewey.
Yeah, I saw that.
So shout out Livehouse for Roto and the clan. They're legends. But yeah, I played Moonstep. Oh yeah, Moonstep Asagaya 10. And Club Goodman in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sengoku.
Yeah.
In Osaka. Yeah, home base.
Sengoku's the shit.
Punk heaven.
The best venue in Japan.
Yeah.
Sorry, other venues. You had a wild time. And we're going again with Super Fun in August, and you're going to do 1 or 2 solo shows as well.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have anything booked currently, but like I'll
Yeah.
be hitting your inbox soon enough.
Because we got like 5 gigs in a row, and then
Yes.
like a night off at the moment, and then another gig the night after.
Yeah.
And I'm old,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I can hit 7 shows in a
Yeah.
row. I think I'm going to die by
Yeah.
the end. So I'm not going to book that night that we have off, and,
Yeah.
and you're going to run, and
I'll be hitting the 7-Eleven green smoothie twice a day.
you're young enough to handle. Hero's older than me, and we're both going to be like on the couch, I think, laid back. But yeah, this is hooked up to Ableton, is that right? So
Yes.
you drop a WAV file in,
Yep.
and the keys are playing the splices.
Yeah, essentially it just like auto assigns like 127 notes of the WAV file of the transients of those to the keys kind of randomly. And I usually aim to refrain from like even really messing with what's going on here outside of just like, I don't know, adding reverb and stuff. But that's fun. But like anything that like I guess I would technically call pre-production, I'm like not into it. I'll just move on to another sample because it just takes too much time.
Yeah, so it's like the liveness or the feel of just dropping in and
totally.
not fussing with it too much. No much pre-planning. It's just like you're finding the samples live, kind of finding the gaps in the samples.
Yeah, like with and D'Anthony, my mentor, kind of talks about this really well. But he describes it having like bookends. Like the palette and like it's like I guess the best way to describe it might even be like I have like a riff or two. And then I just kind of like improvise based on those and see where they take me.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah. It's usually just like an A and B section at best. And then kind of just have to wing it. Yeah. But it's fun trying to figure out how to exit.
You had to stop the song.
Yeah.
You can just keep going forever.
Totally.
And so as a drummer, you this is the keyboard. And how do you handle keys and notes? Because usually you just got a couple of big notes.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've got hundreds of drummers.
Yeah, but I guess Yeah, in the back pocket. I guess I have 4 limbs that I usually play drums with and whatever, but I guess I kind of think about this as having 5 now when I'm playing, and it kind of just expands a whole lot of, or opens up a lot more rhythmic vocabulary and limb independence in that regard. But this is just like a fixed pitch thing. Oh, sorry, it isn't a fixed pitch instrument, so I'm not thinking about like chords or melody in like I am hearing that and responding to samples based on what I'm hearing in that regard, but I'm very much treating this like a percussion instrument. And D'Antoni describes it really well as like a kalimba, kind of, if that makes any sense, like a thumb piano. Yeah. So it's like, it's kind of just its own like independent system that's like not fail safe, but it's, yeah, I can just treat it like a drum, you know?
Yeah. Like smart rototoms.
Yeah.
having 5 to 10 smart rototoms.
Yeah.
It's a lot smaller than carrying like a giant kit around.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, on that note, like I traveled Japan with a backpack.
Yeah.
That's it.
The dream as a drummer.
Yeah,
Loaded,
totally.
no hardware bag.
Yeah.
Man, imagine taking a hardware bag. It'd be the end of you.
Yeah, well, it would be the end of my bank account, for sure.
And you just had a new album you dropped.
Yes.
What's it called?
It is called Bio Over Ego.
Bio Over Ego.
And my recommendation is you check it out on Bandcamp, because there's actually more tracks on Bandcamp than there is on Spotify, for various reasons. But
nice. You got the sneaky extra live ones on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, so I think a handful of those, basically everything on it actually, that was kind of the concept. Every track on it is a live performance. So it was recorded at a venue, basically exactly how we're doing right now. So yeah, there's no editing, there's no mucking around, there's no post-production outside of like mixing the song, you know?
Yeah, it's just a few stems, but that performance is just like a live album. Yeah,
totally. And I think like, you know, like there's gigs from Vinny's, from the Cave-In in Brisbane, and shit, I'm trying to think of where else. I think it's actually just between maybe those 2 venues and one more. I can't recall.
Yeah, there was another one in there. I've forgotten too.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But I recorded all the stuff that I did in Japan, so the next album will likely be just a collection of samples from Japan as well as gigs from Japan, yeah.
And D'Antoni's like your a mentor, is maybe not a better word, or...
Yeah. I mean, he's very much a friend at this point. Yeah, and I've been hanging out with him online, and we've actually met in Sydney in person now, which was, you know, like a dream come true for sure. And just super inspirational to actually, go face to face. He was on tour with Andre 3000 for that, for the New Blue Sun stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was some wild gigs, man. Oh, man. Yeah, so we've been hanging out since 2020 through like a platform that he's created that he's called the Techno Self School of Philosophy, TSOP. Yeah.
TSOP.
Yeah.
SOP.
TSOP.
TSOP. That's excellent.
Yeah.
And you just recently did a presentation I saw online.
Yeah,
you were
so-
streaming. I busted in the morning. I was with a client. I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah, that was through. So I have a collaborator that we met at the Techno Self School of Philosophy online, which is just a Discord server, and we've been collaborating ever since. Like I'm going to say 2021. And he's obviously over in Venezuela, but he had a bunch of stuff of the collaborative work that we did put into a gallery called Mangalate. So they just invited us to present the conceptual side of how that work kind of came to be into the process, and then where we're going with it thereafter. So we actually talked about the Japan tour and all of that stuff as well. So
yeah, amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool to encapsulate all of those threads in one thing. Yeah, if that makes sense, to actually see a story throughout all of those releases and recordings.
Yeah, it's kind of like live remixing. Have you got what's the plan for the future? Have you got another EP or album coming up, or what's next on the sampling horizon?
I mean, all of the stuff that I just performed in Japan was actually, so we've obviously as a duo and sometimes quartet actually. As Super Fun Down Under, we've been to Japan 3 times now.
Twice, maybe.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's super fun. Yeah.
So while I was there, I caught all of the phone recordings and whatnot of just like field recordings and train sounds and stuff.
And then you were in the forest running around at the train stations and telling Chriso to shut up. Chriso's like, what's he doing? Is he recording? Is he recording?
Into the mic.
Yeah, dude. He was recording.
Yes. So I got to be learn to be more invisible.
Subtly.
Taking all of those recordings and then running them through this process and performing that live. So the next album hopefully will be I actually no, I can kind of secure it. It's going to be like I think like 5 tracks of gigs in Japan that just
Amazing.
passed.
Oh, so the show, the tour you just played, that is a new album.
Yes.
You take those recordings.
Yeah.
And, man, that production method is quick.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no mucking around.
If you could just like take that and stream it straight to Spotify.
Yeah.
We just cut out that third man.
Let's go. The
Yes.
future is
Publish,
today.
mic to publishing.
Yeah.
The dream.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
out of a job, but it's good.
I need to practice a little bit more for that, maybe. Yeah.
Excellent. So you got a few shows coming up in Japan and might play around, but new EP and album. But yeah, what was the album name again?
It's Bio Over Ego.
Bio of Ego. It's on Bandcamp. It's also on Spotify.
Yeah.
If you're an evil bastard and you want to pay us 0.03 of a cent.
Yeah. But like I said, there's more tracks on Bandcamp,
Go
so
to
you got
Bandcamp.
incentive now.
The link's on the screen at the bottom. You can
Yeah.
hit it up at Jake's Instagram, Make Jordan. And yeah, go check out his new album.
Yeah.
Are you going to play a few more songs for us today?
Yeah, I think I got 3 more.
Yeah, you might play that first one again.
Yeah, sure. Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little malfunction. This is our first ever live stream show from here, and I don't have any interns here today.
Yeah. So,
So
we're
I'm doing the audio and the video and the interview.
multitasking.
And yeah, there's going to be some bloopers. So jump on the chat if you see something gone wrong. It'll be me.
Yeah.
I always think of other stuff. But yeah, bust out a few more songs, and we're keen to go see this stuff live. And you got some video up on your Instagram, YouTube as well.
Yeah. We actually
Instagram.
like Japan's just amazing, man. Like the fit outs that they have at the venues and stuff. They just live streamed a handful of the gigs. I think there were 2, in fact, that got live streamed, and yeah, so they're on YouTube.
Yeah.
So technically, my album's already out.
It's already done.
Yeah.
And sorry, I have to point this out. You got a CD on your snare drum. I'm going to grab this camera.
Yeah.
Is it a Limp Bizkit CD?
No, it's actually from an old indie band that I used to love called Last Dinosaurs. They're probably still cutting records, but they're a Brisbane-based band, and I used to love those when I was love that band when I was, I'm going to say still in high school. Hey,
Last Dinosaurs, yeah.
Great songs. Thank you for contributing to my snare tone, and I apologise in advance for probably shattering your CD. But it was the only one on hand at the time.
It changes the tone.
Yeah, so it just kind of
Oh yeah, deadens it a little bit.
yeah, but
Sick.
it lets the tiny bit of overtone in, and then it just it's kind of just automatically gates it.
We should sell those.
Yeah, totally.
Market them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to shut up. Jake's going to play a few more songs for us. Thanks for tuning in to our first ever live stream. Jake's got a few more tunes. He woke up.
Oh, we got some chat action.
Bust back to that. Yeah, he'll bust back to that first one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go try and make sure this is working for you guys this time.
Let's go.
But thanks, man. Thanks for the chat. And you're going to be back. We're going to have you out in the garden next time. I think live stream.
Okay, yeah, cool.
But we got a few shows coming up. We got Sook. Kirk
Yes.
is going to come to a show. Scott and Yeti Ghetto is. I forgot to ask him, but
He's coming.
Scott, if you're watching, mate, you're in. You're
Yeah.
locked in. And yeah, we got a few inquiries online. So if you want to come and do a live show, you get a free live recording, multi-tracked, and some video. And yeah, we're going to start just streaming some Gold Coast live music around the world
Hell yeah.
once a month.
Onwards and upwards.
Every first Monday of every month. Like I say, every Monday, because
Yeah.
my life will be over.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks, Jake. I'll see
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Hell yeah. It's a real privilege to be here. Thank you.
country, working people. Venezuela, Maracaibo oil is Venezuelan and North under the waters of Lake Maracaibo. Under the waters of Lake Maracaibo. Are 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 under the waters of Lake Maracaibo.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Jake Morton. You can find me on socials at Make Jordan if you're not already there streaming it from the socials. Thanks so much to Guy and Serotonin Productions for holding it down today. Yeah, what an amazing privilege to be hosting for round one of Live Music Mondays. Let's go, Gold Coast. Thanks so much.